Jungkook's involvement in choreography has not emerged suddenly, but is rooted in his early years as a performer. His reputation as an exceptional dancer has been acknowledged since his debut, with fans and professionals noting his ability to not only learn, but also adapt complex choreography to suit the demands of a performance. However, the more recent emphasis on him functioning as a dance arranger suggests a deeper role, one in which he contributes not merely as an executor of pre-designed routines, but as an architect of movement, storytelling, and stage presence. Dance arrangement differs from choreography in subtle yet significant ways. While choreography typically refers to the creation of movement sequences, arrangement often entails the structuring of those sequences to fit within the larger framework of performance integrating rhythm, narrative, and stage design. By stepping into this role, Jungkook positions himself as a mediator between raw creative input and the execution that audiences witness. His ability to modify, reinterpret, or enhance choreographic elements showcases not only technical skill, but also vision. Historical context reveals that many successful K-pop artists eventually expand their creative involvement as they mature in their careers. For Jungkook, this expansion toward choreography demonstrates that he is not content to remain a passive participant in the performance process. Instead, he is signaling a readiness to shape performances in ways that reflect his own artistic identity. Such involvement naturally raises questions about whether he is preparing to lead or launch new projects that highlight his broader creative range. Beyond the mechanics of movement, Jungkook's approach to dance arrangement can be linked to his understanding of music as a multi-sensory experience. His musical background, ranging from vocal interpretation to production experiments, gives him a foundation to think about performance holistically. Choreography becomes not just about physical movement, but about embodying rhythm, lyricism, and emotional atmosphere. This integrated approach allows him to design performances that feel cohesive, a quality that could serve as the backbone for future independent projects. Moreover, in the highly competitive environment of global entertainment, the ability to contribute across multiple creative dimensions sets artists apart. Jungkook's foray into choreography represents not only diversification, but also authority. By arranging dance sequences, he gains influence over how his work, and potentially the work of others, resonates with audiences. This influence could be leveraged in solo performances, collaborations, or entirely new ventures designed under his direction. Thus, his expanding role in choreography is not an isolated event, but a strong indicator of strategic positioning for long-term creative leadership. When evaluating whether Jungkook's work as a dance arranger signals a new project, it is useful to examine established industry patterns. Historically, major K-pop artists who begin taking on behind-the-scenes roles, whether in songwriting, production, or choreography, often do so as precursors to launching new content. The reasoning is straightforward. The more creative control an artist gains, the more likely it is that their next releases will reflect their direct vision. In this light, Jungkook's activity in choreography can be seen as part of a larger preparation phase. This phase often precedes new projects because it allows artists to refine their signature style. By working closely with choreographers and dancers, Jungkook is effectively testing frameworks that could later be formalized into performances under his name. This aligns with the broader industry trend of idols transitioning into multi-dimensional creators. Another factor that supports the link between choreography and future projects is timing. Entertainment companies rarely publicize an artist's behind-the-scenes contributions unless they are building anticipation. The very fact that Jungkook's role as a dance arranger has attracted public discussion suggests strategic positioning. It implies that his creative involvement is not incidental but deliberately emphasized to prepare audiences for an upcoming reveal. Additionally, in the global market, differentiation has become essential. While Jungkook is already distinct as a performer, his potential to present himself as both a dancer and an arranger adds new dimensions to his portfolio. International audiences increasingly value artists who demonstrate authorship in their work. For instance, Western pop icons often emphasize their roles in songwriting or directing music videos. Jungkook's involvement in choreography aligns with this global expectation of multifaceted artistry. This positioning increases the likelihood that his dance arrangement efforts are tied to a forthcoming project intended to showcase his broader identity as a creator. Furthermore, the economics of the entertainment industry also support this perspective. New projects, particularly those involving choreography, often demand extended preparation times. Dance is central to K-pop's appeal, and any project that integrates Jungkook's direct contributions would naturally highlight this aspect. From a business standpoint, maximizing Jungkook's visibility as both performer and arranger creates opportunities for brand expansion, partnerships, and cross-platform promotions. Therefore, industry logic supports the idea that his recent focus on choreography is unlikely to remain a side activity. It is more plausibly connected to structured upcoming endeavors. Another dimension of Jungkook's choreography involvement relates to the construction of his long-term artistic identity. In the entertainment industry, sustainability often requires diversification. Many performers face challenges when relying solely on their vocal or visual appeal, as trends shift and audiences evolve. By establishing himself as a choreographer or dance arranger, Jungkook invests in a skill set that transcends temporary popularity. Artistic identity is built not only on public perception, but also on an artist's ability to leave a recognizable imprint on their work. For Jungkook, choreography provides a medium through which his creative philosophy can be consistently communicated. Unlike singing, where interpretation may vary depending on composition, dance allows him to design structures that directly embody his ideas. This shift enables him to influence how future performances are remembered, contributing to a legacy that extends beyond his presence on stage. The implications of this identity building are significant. If Jungkook continues to be involved in choreography, he may gradually position himself as a creative director for performances under his name or in collaborations with other artists. This potential role not only increases his relevance, but also ensures his adaptability in an industry where reinvention is key to longevity. Moreover, audiences are increasingly aware of the distinction between performers who simply execute material and those who create it. By contributing to choreography, Jungkook differentiates himself as an artist who actively shapes his craft. This differentiation enhances his credibility within the industry and opens pathways to recognition that extend beyond the boundaries of K-pop. Awards, international collaborations, and opportunities in broader performance arts sectors could emerge from this expanded identity. One of the most pressing challenges for idols who belong to globally recognized groups is the transition into solo activities without diluting the shared identity that the group represents. For BTS, each member has taken steps to develop personal projects while maintaining their contribution to the group. Jungkook's decision to invest in choreography speaks to this transitional phase. On one hand, it strengthens his individual profile by showcasing his ability to contribute beyond vocal and performance skills. On the other hand, it remains inherently tied to the collective because choreography is often designed for group execution. This duality makes choreography an ideal medium for Jungkook at this stage in his career. It allows him to build authority as a solo artist without disengaging from the collaborative ecosystem of BTS. Audiences and industry stakeholders can view his choreography as both a personal milestone and a contribution that continues to enhance the group's legacy. Another reason choreography works as a bridge is that it operates as a universal language across both solo and group contexts. Unlike vocal performance, which may vary based on individual timbre, language barriers, or lyrical interpretation, choreography communicates visually. This universality means that choreography created or arranged by Jungkook can be adapted to multiple contexts without losing its signature. For example, a choreographic sequence designed by Jungkook could serve as the centerpiece of his solo stage, while later being reinterpreted in a group performance with BTS. The continuity would highlight his influence while providing flexibility for integration into diverse formats. This versatility makes choreography a practical tool for maintaining artistic coherence across solo and group projects. The entertainment industry recognizes choreography as one of the defining features of K-pop's international success. Western audiences, while historically more focused on vocal performance, have increasingly shown appreciation for complex dance routines in K-pop. Jungkook's involvement in choreography aligns perfectly with this demand. It positions him as not only a performer who can execute high-level choreography, but also as a creative who shapes the routines that audiences admire. In this sense, choreography functions as a bridge between domestic and international markets. It provides Jungkook with a universal medium to connect with audiences regardless of cultural background. This bridging effect is particularly important for an artist like Jungkook, whose career already spans global attention and who must continually find ways to sustain international relevance. Choreography also serves as a testing ground for Jungkook's broader creative ambitions. By working on dance arrangements, he can experiment with concepts, moods, and structures that might later form the basis of larger solo projects. The collaborative nature of choreography, requiring input from dancers, producers, and stage directors, gives him a controlled environment in which to test these ideas without committing to a full-scale project immediately. This experimental potential creates a strategic advantage. It allows Jungkook to bridge the gap between present activities and future projects by gradually integrating his creative input into performances. If audiences respond positively, the concepts can be expanded into standalone solo endeavors. If adjustments are needed, the choreography process provides the flexibility to refine ideas before they become central to his portfolio. Even within the framework of BTS, choreography gives Jungkook an avenue for greater artistic ownership. While group performances are inherently collaborative, the integration of his choreographic contributions ensures that his creative voice is embedded in the collective output. This ownership enhances his position not only as a performer but also as a contributor whose ideas shape the group's artistic trajectory. From an industry perspective, this strengthens his dual identity. He is not only a member of BTS, but also a creator whose influence extends beyond his assigned role. This balance helps manage the transition into solo activities while reinforcing the value of his contributions to the group. Another important consideration is the timing of choreography in relation to BTS's enlistment schedules and long-term plans. As the group prepares for future reunions and collaborative activities after military service, members like Jungkook must develop skill sets that can enrich group performances when they return to the stage. Choreography is one such skill. By mastering this area now, Jungkook ensures that his influence will extend into the post-enlistment era both for solo and group activities. This forward-looking strategy indicates that choreography is not only about immediate projects but also about securing relevance in the next phase of his career. It bridges the gap between present opportunities and long-term objectives, making it a critical element in his overall trajectory.